Hello and welcome to Riff Vues. Now, this election has been a crap fest, and if you've probably heard about Wikileaks if you've been paying attention. But if you've only been following the news on television, you've probably not heard too much about it, and a large amount of that information is most likely false. Now, let's take a moment to do a quick primer on what Wikileaks is and a very quick overview of what is in those emails, as well as some of the falsehoods and misinformation being spread. Now, I'm not going to be going into the Wikileaks in depth because there's a lot and bigger sources than I have been covering that. Wikileaks was founded 10 years ago this month by Australian Julian Assange and his associates. They're a non-profit organization that publicizes classified and secret information. Its goal is to bring important news and information to the public. And as a non-profit, they are not held beholden to corporate ownership, unlike the mainstream American news organizations. Wikileaks has released many items over the years, starting with orders to assassinate government officials, classified documents relating to the Iraqi and Afghan wars, as well as the Democratic National Committee's emails just earlier this year. This month, they're releasing the Podesta emails. These are the ones you've probably been hearing about the past week or so. Now, these are not to be confused with the issues surrounding Hillary Clinton's personal email server that the FBI has been investigating. These emails are from Clinton's campaign manager, John Podesta's hacked email account. Wikileaks has been slowly releasing these emails to the public, usually about every day or so. Now, at the moment I'm recording this, there are over 21,000 emails released, with more to come. Now, there is a lot of fluff, granted, but there's a lot of interesting stuff that is damning to the Clinton campaign, including addressing Clinton's lack of likability, her speeches to Goldman Sachs, and also collusion ties with the press. What is interesting about this is that the way the media is handling the leaks, although that is not so surprising given the way the emails show media outlets are working with Hillary's campaign. CNN has even stated, and I quote, "It's illegal to possess these stolen documents. It's different for the media, so everything you learn about this, you're learning from us."
Also interesting is, remember, it's illegal to possess these stolen documents. It's different for the media. So everything you learn about this, you're learning from us. And in full disclosure, let's take a look at what is in there and what it means. Joining us now, CN's.
Now this is false. Hell, this is a blatant lie. It is not illegal for the average person to have or even read these emails. And there have been court cases for similar leaks in the past, going back to the late 60s. Now, provided you are not involved in the original hack or leak, you're fine to read the emails. But the media and journalists do not have more rights than the average citizen under the First Amendment. I can't imagine why the media does not want viewers to read the emails. I suspect it's because they're afraid we'll learn that we haven't always been at war with Eurasia. The media has been trying to redirect from the issue, focusing on the narrative that Russia hacked the emails and supplied them to Wikileaks. We do not know this for sure, even though the White House claims that to be the case, but it doesn't address the real issues contained in the emails. It's a diversion. Here's an analogy. A robber breaks into a house and, while gathering items to steal, discovers someone who has been kidnapped and tied up in the basement by the homeowner. The robber takes a picture and sends it to the police. While this information was not obtained by a legal search warrant, the police wouldn't just dismiss the information of the kidnapping because it was obtained from another illegal activity. Now, the other play the media makes is questioning the authenticity of the emails, and the phrasing is quite interesting. They say, "We are not going to confirm the authenticity of stolen documents." If they're not authentic, then they could not have been stolen, correct? Now, this may seem like I'm the one playing semantics, But you have to remember, they have to play the same semantics game as well, given the legal ramifications involved. I can personally verify that some of the information is legit. I was on a certain image board last week discussing some of the leaks right after they dropped. And in that thread, someone discovered Podesta's Apple account as well as his password, and using the information to get into his iCloud account, which really didn't have too much in it at the time. They were able to use the same password to compromise his Twitter account. Now, in that thread, when I saw the iCloud info, I did not address it, I did not refer to it, I did not even mention it. I was only discussing some of the other things in the leaks, nothing iCloud related. I've been in IT long enough to know not to touch any type of stuff like that. However, I did receive a 2-day ban for doxing, and I suspect everyone in the thread received the same ban, even if they were like me, not even discussing the iCloud stuff. My point is that I was watching this unfold live, and there was no way the Apple information was fake, as the same credentials were used to access his Twitter account. Now, it's said that there are still more leaks coming from the Podesta emails. The problem is that one needs to sift through the emails, or search through them using keywords, and as I said, there is a lot of fluff. But to be honest, it does take work and researching who the players are and all the code words they use. Sadly, it's not an easy soundbite like Trump's grab her by the... you get the idea, that the media ran with. It's not easily digestible, and it can't be spoon-fed in a 15-second clip. So I'll put links below to some of the emails I've mentioned, but I strongly suggest that people check out WikiLeaks for themselves. And at the very least, don't believe what the media is saying. It is perfectly legal to read these emails. And trust me, we have not always been at war with Eurasia.